5 things to never write on a credit card application. Okay, I know that you guys are wanting credit card approvals. You want those business credit cards, you want those personal credit cards, but way too many times you are writing the wrong thing on those applications and you are getting declined. In this episode, I'm going to share with you exactly what not to write on them, what would be a better response so that you can get approved. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let's talk about personal and business credit card applications, because you can actually get business credit cards and personal credit cards. And in many cases, you can get both of them at the same time. I have literally walked into a bank, opened up a checking account, walked away with a personal credit card and a business credit card and a business line of credit. Like literally walked into the bank with a little bit of money and walked out with more money than I came in with. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. We're going to talk about what to put on these applications and, more importantly, 5 things to never write on an application. Okay. If you need any help and you have bad credit, please know that you can reach out to my friends at 𝗓𝗓𝐻creditsolutions.net. There is a link below, 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓.net/Noel. If you have bad personal credit, they can help you get that. This is not credit repair. This is actually credit restoration. They helped me many, many years ago get my credit score out of the dumps and into a very respectable credit score, which I have been able to keep ever since. So if you need help with your personal credit, go to my friends, use the link below. Okay, the number one thing you do not want to write on your credit card applications is that you are retired or self-employed. This is a big no-no. So when they're asking about your employment, do not put retired. Even if you are retired, most likely you have some sort of income. There's no actual reason to say you are just retired. Most likely you even have a business, or you have a business that you can write that you are employed by. That it would be a much better response. So for example, instead of saying I am self-employed, I will say I am employed by Noel Randall Incorporated, just using that as an example. It is a business that I own. It is an actual entity, and I am employed by that business. I am not self-employed. Okay. I'm not retired. Even when I am taking a break and I'm not working for a year or whatever I'm doing, I do not put that I am retired on my credit card applications. This is a high risk to lenders, and in many cases, it will result in a decline. Many cases, even if you are retired, you have an income, you have a business, that would be a much better response than putting on the application that you are self-employed. In many cases, if you can just write that you are employed by your business, that will be a much easier response. In many cases, they do not ask for evidence of this, and you can get approved. Now, again, Noel Randall is not an attorney. I am not a tax advisor. I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly what to put on your applications, but giving you some guidance on things that are just like red flags as someone that used to work in banking. Okay. So just giving you some real advice here and a better way to put that. Okay. Number 2. Never put income that is ridiculously high or ridiculously low. And I'm telling you this literally as someone that makes over $1 million per year. In many cases, I have actually had that as my income. Now, we fixed a lot of that so that my business keeps the income, and Noel Randall is not making all of this income, so I don't have those tax consequences. But let me be real, because I learned this the hard way. I've literally put my income being $1 million, and the underwriters just going crazy, like, what is this? But it makes no sense. They would have to understand that I make that type of money. When you look at even just the mortgage on my house and a couple of the car notes and different things like that are on my credit report, there's no possible way I could put that I make $100,000 a year and afford the mortgage that I have, just as an example. So that got really iffy. So, but don't put too high, because it just red flags. Underwriters are working people, and again, not saying anything disparaging about them, but their mind is really just not open to people that make a lot of money, and they just don't think it's possible, and they start questioning it, and it's a red flag for them. So I have really found to the place where I do not put over like maybe $275,000 per year. And quite frankly, that is kind of what my accountants and I are working. It is actually less than that of like actual income for Noel. So do not put an income that is too high, like $1 million per year. Don't put it. It's not necessary. You're just creating more angst for yourself and giving the underwriter a reason to decline you. Additionally, do not put an income that is too low. Again, on credit card applications, most of the time the income is stated. They are not going to ask you for evidence of this income. So put an income that will make you qualify essentially for the debts that you have. So if you have a $3,000 a month mortgage, you don't want to put that you make $3,000 per month in income. That's not going to jive. You're not going to be able to afford your debts. So you want to put an income that is not $30,000 per year, and you also don't want to put one that's $1 million per year. You want to really be in there where it makes sense to the underwriter that you're able to pay your bills and you'll be able to pay this credit card without alarm bells ringing off that you don't make enough money, or you make way too much money, and now they're like, their little brains are all scattered because they don't believe that a person can make, $800,000 per year and things like that. It throws their brains into a tizzy. Do not put those really high incomes, especially since it is stated. They think that you're just lying. And don't put income that is too low so that you cannot cover your bills. That is a really big thing. No $30,000 per year, no $1 million per year. Keep it really simple in that mid range. I really would say don't put your personal income probably more than $275,000 per year. Obviously, that is something an underwriter can wrap their mind around, their, very middle class mind around, and that is what they think people should make. So take this advice from someone that is a high earner that has ran into so many trouble with people just kind of questioning and just like, oh my God, how is this possible? And again, many cases, these are people reviewing them and they have their own biases. They do. They have their biases about if you are a woman, if you are a person of color, different things like that. They do know that information about you, and they put that into their decision, unfortunately. So they're not supposed to, but these are human beings looking at these applications in many cases if it gets pushed to an underwriter. So know that. Think about that. Number 3, what you will do with the funds. This is so important. What will you do with the funds? They will ask you use of funds or what you plan on doing with the funds. And please do not say things like go on vacation or pay down my debts or different things like that. You really want to stick with answers that they understand and they want to hear. Their answers are things like marketing. They love marketing. That means you are going to be spending money to increase your business. You are going to be running ads. You're going to be doing promotions. You're going to be doing events. You're going to be doing things that increases your revenue. And that, especially with business credit cards, is what they want to see on those applications. Working capital is another one that is okay. But again, the better one is having an idea of what you're going to do with the money around marketing. They really, really, really want to know that you are going to be expanding the business and saying that this is for business expansion. This is for hiring employees. This is for running advertising. This is for having an event. Those are the type of answers they absolutely love. And those are the ones and the things that they want to lend to. Those are the real reasons they want to lend to you. Okay. So no real estate investing. Do not say, I'm planning on using this to flip a house. That is a very high risk thing. Stay away from that. And again, I'm saying this to you as a real estate entrepreneur. Okay. Noelle Randall has millions of dollars of real estate. This is what I do. This is what I love. And I do not say real estate investing because I know that they see that as high risk. I also do not say new business adventures. You don't want to say you're getting into new business ventures, especially high risk ones like trucking or crypto or, things like that. Stay with things that are more safer, e-commerce, consulting, things like that. But again, marketing and business expansion and working capital are going to be your number one answers for use of funds. Okay. Number 4, you want to pull your credit. Okay. So before you actually go into putting out an application, you should actually know what's on your credit report. This is very, very important. You do not want to go into this situation blindly, not knowing exactly what you're wanting to do, not exactly knowing what's on your credit report and your score. So pull your credit report before you actually go fill out these applications so you know what's up there. And in many cases, you can fix it before you start applying. It is so important that you pull your credit. Okay. It's so important that you know what's up there and you are already ready with an answer and that you are not caught off blindly. So if they ask you questions about specific things on your credit report, you are there to answer. Again, if you need help with this, reach out to my friends at 𝗏𝐺reativecreditsolutions.net. Use the link below. Tell them that Noelle Randall sent you. They will give you a free consultation. And in many cases, you can pull those reports and go over those reports with that team so you know what's on your credit report before you start applying for credit cards. This is actually the smartest thing to do, okay? Pull your credit, know what's on your credit report before actually ever applying. Number 5, no child support or alimony as your sole purpose of income. Okay, so if you live off of child support, if you live off of alimony, those are very like volatile types of income. You are relying on someone else. Banks and lenders do not like to see those. So if you have other sources of income, that would be a better thing to do and to say and not even mention the child support or the alimony. In most cases, that is not going to do you any good. I know they ask you that, put all your income in there, but then they just start questioning it. It opens up a can of worms. You most likely do not want to get into it. And most likely you don't need to get into that. In most cases, your child support is for your child. So to say that is your income is alimony, of course, is money that your spouse, your ex-spouse owes to you. So it is looked at a little bit differently, but again, it is reliant upon their income. They're earning money, not necessarily anything that you are doing to earn income. And they really want you to be employed. As I have mentioned before, underwriters, especially at banks that are giving these credit cards out, they are very middle class, middle thinking people. Again, not saying anything negative, but just think what they think. They want people to be very average, very middle of the road. And someone getting $10,000 per month in child support or alimony or something like that just jars their brain in many ways, and they just want to decline the application for that, even if you have sufficient income. So in many cases, this is not a boost. You do not want to put that on a credit card application in any way, shape, or form, even as other income. It usually just does not help to say that that's what it is. So I don't recommend you put that, but especially do not put that is your only source of income. That is a problem if your only source of income is child support and alimony. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things you are never going to put on your credit card application. As I mentioned before, please reach out to my friends at 𝗏𝐺reativecreditsolutions.net/Noelle. There's a link in the description box. You can tell them that Noelle Randall sent you. They will help you with your credit. If you have bad personal credit, they can help you with that. And they even have a department, another company that they're associated with that can help you with business credit and business funding called Justin Merch Consulting. So call Creative Credit Solutions if you have that bad personal credit and you are looking to fix that. And if you are even looking to build great business credit, they are an amazing resource with their partner company. So call them today. It's absolutely free. I have literally used Creative Credit Solutions myself, and that is why I am a big proponent to say that they can really help you with credit restoration, not just credit repair. Again, Noelle Randall here. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.